Hello and welcome to Relatively Crafty, a knitting podcast. I'm your host, Christy. I come to you from the Denver area of Colorado, where I live with my husband, Ron, our two daughters, Tatum and Delaney, our tuxedo kitty, Lilu, and our Podango puppy, Sophie. Welcome. If you are looking for me on Ravelry, I am Christy-Lael, and on Instagram, I am Christy-Lael without the dash. All of the details of all of the things that I make are in their own project pages on Ravelry. So if you are ever looking for something, you can always look there. I try to do show notes, but I'm not very good at it. Used to be before I went back to work full time, and now I find it hard enough to be able to record and edit and get it posted, much less write show notes. So if you are looking for something that I have made, there is a project page for it, and it's all in date order. So I wanted to podcast mostly because I needed to do the giveaway. If you guys recall, Lisa at Hey Country Creations, I got it right. Hey Country Creations on Etsy and Instagram. Here is her details. She offered a Christmas grab bag giveaway, and I announced it in my last podcast, which was like Thanksgiving weekend maybe, and I'm like, I need to announce the winner. So I haven't drawn yet, but I will when I edit. So here is the winner, or here is the winner, here is the winner. Somewhere on the screen is the winner. And you just need to go ahead and message Lisa on Instagram, and she will get your prize out to you. I do highly recommend that you check out her shop and purchase some of her progress keepers, because her beaded progress keepers are just adorable. This gingerbread house, look at how cute that is. So I have been holding on to these like this whole time because I didn't want to forget, and I wanted to make sure that they were in their pretty state so that I could, announce the winner. And now it's December 12th, and I need to be able to use them. So now that I have announced the winner, I can finally use them on my knitting. And I do have some knitting to show you. I have only one FO, but I have been working hard on things, so I'm going to go ahead and go through it. I also have quite a lot of stash acquisitions, so just FYI, there's going to be some yarn shown at the end. So as I said, I only have one FO, and it is my hat. If you follow me on Instagram, I've already posted a picture of this. It's just a hat. There's nothing super special about it. I knit it out of Hue Loco in her DK base. I think the colorway is called Flower Child, and I got a super cool pom-pom on it, and I love it. It is a very basic pattern. I knit 2x2 rib for 40 rows, and then I fold it in half in order to have a double band, and then I knit straight stockinette for 7 inches. Started my decreases. This is a pom-pom that is removable. So that's super cool, because then I can easily wash my hat without ruining my pom-pom. I can't remember where I got the I know where I got the pom-pom from. I got it from my local yarn shop, which is Colorful Yarns in Centennial. But I don't remember the name. It's a crafty, or a clever punny name. But this is a faux raccoon pom-pom, and I just absolutely loved the colors, and I thought it went well with my hat, and it does. And I got something in my eyeball. We just got our first snow just on Friday. It was not even an inch. So I did wear this on that day, but I haven't worn it other than that because it's really warm, and I don't get really cold, and honestly, I have short hair, obviously, and when I am going to work, I have to weigh the pros and cons of wearing a hat. So I'm only going to be in the car for a few minutes. My drive is not very long, and so I can mess up my hair if I put a hat on. So is it cold enough that I need to have that covering for my ears for the very short drive, and mess up my hair? Or can I just, deal with it, grin and bear it? And most times I grin and bear it, but yeah. Okay, whips, because as I said, that was the only FO. I've got a couple of whips. I was working very steadily on my Swifty, which is a pattern by Andrea Mowry, and I am knitting it out of Wonderland Fibers, Wonderland Yarns, and Frabjous Fibers in their March Hair Sport Weight base. And if you recall, this was the 8-bit that I had started during COVID and then ripped out. So where was I last time we talked? Okay, I think I was right there. I think that's what that was. I hadn't taken the sleeves off, or I had just taken the sleeves off, maybe. I went ahead and, because I needed the sleeves to match, and because I'm afraid I was going to run out of the minis. I'm using a mini set for most of the purple, and I was afraid I was going to run out of minis. So I went ahead and did the sleeves first, so that I could make sure that they matched that part of the body. And so the rest of the body, I can just use whatever of the purples that I have left. I have taken this off of the needles, and you put it on waist yarn and tried it on, and it fits perfectly. So I'm really excited about that. And as I said, I've been going. I made some really good progress on it. You can see I got several inches done on the body. It's on a small needle, so it's a small circumference needle, so it's kind of hard to see, but I think I made some good progress, and I was making my way down, and then December 1st came. If you guys recall, I had decided that the Advent calendar that I had ordered from Big Sky Yarn Company in DK, I was going to just make that into a sweater that I was going to do each day. And so I ran out of time for this, especially because I decided I was going to knit another Christmas sweater like 2 days before December. So I'll show you that one. My knit group was talking about ugly Christmas sweaters, and they were showing off some patterns by Tammy, what is her name? Kim Cameron. So if you guys don't recognize her name, she did, I think in 2014 and 2015, she did a little ebook for Knit Picks that was just ugly Christmas sweaters, and I think there were like 5 in each one. And so we were kind of looking through them and joking about how much fun it would be to make some ugly Christmas sweaters, especially because some of them are really truly ugly and hideous. And I thought, well, that would be a great knit along to kind of do with my knitting group in December. And nobody is expecting to get the sweater done in December, but it was just kind of fun to plan it and talk about it and do something together as a knit group. Again, we hadn't done that in a long time, since before COVID, and so it actually has been very exciting, because it's a sweater that is meant to be ugly and meant to be kind of tacky. and also one that you're not going to wear very often, you know, once or twice a year. I didn't want to spend a lot of money on the yarn, so I went ahead and because they were designs for knit picks, I went ahead and bought the yarn that was used in the samples, which is Knit Picks Wool of the Andes, which is a very reasonably priced Peruvian wool. It's not soft, but it does come in some good colors, and it's like $3.50 a ball, so really well priced. This is the one that I am making. It's not the ugliest, but it was one that I figured I would enjoy making and would wear more often. And before anybody asks, I am not planning on putting those pom-poms on there. Those, I think, will drive me crazy. But I am planning on putting something on there to represent the ornaments on a tree. I think there's only one other gal who is actively working on a sweater for right now in our group. So a lot of people are talking about making hats, or maybe a ugly Christmas scarf or a mini shawl or something like that instead. But there were two of us that went ahead and bit the bullet and ordered yarn for sweaters, and that is the other one that my my friend is making. It is the reindeer sweater, and then mine was the holiday tree sweater. So I would encourage you to check those out. It's, as I said, it's Kim Cameron, and she has, I don't know, like 10 ugly Christmas sweaters that are just, they're meant to be ugly. And what I like about it is that it's a basic crew neck sweater that you knit plain, and then you add the ugliness afterwards. You can do it with intarsia if you wanted to, but I kind of like the idea of duplicate stitch instead. So that is what I am doing. I've just been working on the sweater. I changed the colors up. You saw the one that I was gonna do, or the one that I am doing rather, was white or cream in the sample. I decided I didn't want white or cream. That was too plain. So I am doing mine in red with green and white striped sleeves. I do have a single sleeve done. It's right here. I'm making it in a bigger size because I figure it's even better if it's ill-fitting, right? So I'm actually making it a size bigger than I am now, which hopefully will be many more sizes bigger than I am in the future. But here is the first sleeve done. I just bound it off last night. The reason why, because I started this sleeve before December, but the reason why it took me so long to finish it is because I did not plan appropriately for how much yarn I was going to need in each color. So I got a single skein of white and then 2 skeins of the green because I think I needed 8 skeins for the body. 8 skeins if I was going to do it in one color. I think for the size that I'm doing, I think I needed 8 skeins, and so I went ahead and got 5 in the main color for the body and then 3 for the sleeves. I thought that would work out fine, but it didn't quite. And so I had to order new yarn. So being an idiot, I was running out of the white and the green. I had just gotten to the point here on the sleeve where you bind off. You're knitting in the round and then you bind off here, and I had a little bit of white left and a little bit more of green. Or maybe I had already gotten into the second skein of green, because I had 2 and 1. And I went ahead and ordered another skein of green and another skein of white, thinking, okay, that will do, because I just started the second green skein. But when it came yesterday, and I'm like, okay, well, I can finish that sleeve. And I realized if I didn't use this whole, use if I didn't finish this whole sleeve in that one skein of white, I was going to run out of white again because I only bought another single skein of white. So that is why we have this kind of fade out of the white. I was doing 5-row stripes, and I got here, I did a 3-row and then a 1-row, and then did the rest of the sleeve in green. I'm not too worried about it because it is supposed to be an ugly sweater, and this just makes it uglier. I don't quite understand how this is gonna fit in. It seems like the sleeve cap is quite wide, but we'll see how it goes. So I do have one sleeve complete. I will start the second sleeve not too much longer, but I've got my other December project, my Advent project, that is taking up a lot of my free knitting time. I did start the body while I was waiting for the yarn to come for to finish the sleeve, and so I do have that going. I've got about, I don't know, 1.5 inches after the ribbing, and this is a very pretty red. This is Garnet Heather. I didn't say. This is Everglade Heather, and this is Cloud. So I ordered some extra of this. I can't believe I only got one extra white skein, but I ordered like 3 extra Garnet Heathers just in case. And then I have a bunch of single skeins of different colors to make the tree and the presents and stuff like that. And it does have you do the duplicate stitch, which includes ornaments that you then cover with pom-poms. And as I said, I'm not feeling the pom-poms, so I will do the duplicate for the ornaments and then maybe just leave it that, or maybe get something like pins or something to pin to it. But the idea of pom-poms, I think that would drive me insane. So that is that. I had hoped, I had great plans on like November 29th of getting this whole sweater done before my work's Christmas. Not really a Christmas party. We're just having, every month we do a little get together in the the main break room, and kind of celebrate the birthdays for that month. And so the December one of that is happening on the 17th, which is this next Friday. And when it was November 29th, I was like, yeah, I could totally get this done by then. It's just a very simple sweater, so all I got to do is just get the knitting done, and da-da-da-da-da. Now I've got less than a week, and yeah, there's no way. There's just no way. So I'm gonna save it for next year. I mean, this would be the second ugly Christmas sweater that I have knit this year, if I did get it finished, so it's not like I didn't try, just that my first ugly Christmas sweater didn't turn out ugly. So, and then I have my last whip. Where is it? Okay. My last whip is my Advent sweater. And that is something that I have been really enjoying and working on every single day. I mean, I'm only halfway through, so that's not saying all that much, but I am proud of myself that I have managed to knit the 20-gram ball of DK weight yarn each day, and kept up. The pattern that I picked is the Gartrell cardigan, which is a pattern by Tanis Lavely. I just liked the well, actually, what I liked was the Gartrell crew, I think it's called, and it's a crew necked pullover, and she knit it striped with leftovers, and I loved it. And that was what I had thought about doing initially, but I know me, and I know that this will get more wear if it's a cardigan. And so I went ahead and went with the Gartrell cardigan instead, which is just like the crew, only it's a cardigan. And so I kind of figured out how I needed to do things. The Advent that I have, as I said, it's from Big Sky Yarn Company, and it comes with 20 grams of DK weight yarn each day. The theme is a winter's garden, actually, and it's been really cute because there's always a little something in there, some tea or an ornament, a sticker, something like that that goes kind of along with the theme. And then there's a poem, which is really kind of neat. So the color is something that is in a winter's garden, and then there's a poem that goes along with it. It's super cute. It's a great idea. I'm so glad that I got this one, and I've been enjoying knitting the sweater. I've come to some stops and starts which have nothing to do with the yarn or the pattern, just basically the way that I've kind of forced myself to do this because, as I said, it comes with 20 gram minis, but on the 25th there's a full skein. So the full skein I wanted to use for the hem, the cuffs, the collar, the button band. So that meant, since this is a bottom-up sweater, that I was going to need to start with a provisional cast on, so I could add the hem and the cuffs after. And I was not able to do a proper gauge swatch because I only had the first with one little mini to do, and I had to keep it going. And you wouldn't think that it would take a long time to knit a little mini, but 20 grams of DK weight yarn can take a couple hours to knit. So yeah, anyway, in an effort to keep up, I have kind of had to make some adjustments here and there. And one of those adjustments was that I needed to go down a needle size. So I started with, this was the first color, this one right here. And I had a crocheted provisional cast on, which is a chain that you pick stitches up from and then knit off of it, and then you take the chain out and you got live stitches. And I did that with this color, but it was a needle size too big, and so I went down halfway through that first color and got a much better gauge. And then it was bothering me because it would kind of ripple at the bottom, and I didn't like that, so I ended up taking that out and putting, I undid the provisional cast on and put, this was day 2, this like burgundy brown. So I undid the provisional cast on, I took out that color, put the live stitches on a Chowgu needle cable, and then I had, still had, the live stitches down here, but I didn't have that rippling. And I was gonna put this back down here, but what ended up happening is I was opening this. This is day 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and they're all very beautiful. I mean, look at how gorgeous they are, right? But this is day 11. Day 11 and day 10 were both blues, and they're both beautiful blues, but they're blues, and I didn't want them right next to each other. So I opted to put day 11 down here, and then I went ahead and put day 1 up at the top. And so I still have all of them in there, and they look great. It's a bottom-up sweater, so I am getting kind of close to separating for the sleeves. Another day or 2, I think. And speaking of sleeves, I have started them as well because what is today the 13th? No, today is the 12th. So let me count these again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sorry, that's day 9 and 10 were blue, because day 11 was also blue. A different blue, another pretty blue, but blue nonetheless. So I went ahead and opted to split it in half and start the sleeves. And I started the sleeves with a Turkish toe cast on, actually, which I recently learned that you can do as a provisional cast on. I think, just putting this out there, it is easier to use as a provisional cast on if you're knitting flat. I did it knitting in the round, and it worked, but it was much easier when I did it knitting flat, just FYI. So anyway, so this is day 11, and this is today's day 12. I went ahead and put this in the sleeves as well because I wanted to get them good and started, in order to have them be truly mindless knitting, which is what I need, since I basically take the baggie that the yarn comes in, the package for each Advent day. I grab it and I take it with me to work, and then I get to work a few minutes early every day. That's the plan, and that gives me time to hand roll, because it comes in a hank, a little hank, and so it gives me time to hand roll it into a ball, and that way, that when I'm on my lunch break, I can knit a few rows, and then I can finish it when I get home. So yeah, so this is the sleeve. I split them in half in order to make sure that the sleeves matched each other. They're obviously not going to match the body, but that's kind of the intention. And you can see that I have not done day 12 on this sleeve yet. I am still working on this one. So that's what I'll be doing tonight. But I do like what I have so far. I know that this has been a little disjointed, and I apologize for that, but some days you podcast and it works out all perfectly, and then some days you're just a hot mess. So that's what I am today. So those are the only things really that I've been working on, and a lot of that is because there's not enough time in the day. There are a lot of days when I just get that 20-gram mini done, and that is it. And I'm okay with that. You know, it's the holidays. I'm doing lots of family things and other things. My kids are involved in things, and so I've been happy with that. I have not finished a pair of socks. I have not even finished the pair of Christmas socks that I was working on, the Holly and the Ivy. You guys might remember these. These were going to be my 29th pair of Christmas socks. I've got one finished, and I'm this far on the second one, but I really haven't touched them at all, because I've been working on these Christmas sweaters, and I'm really okay with it. I'm just not going to get them done this year, and that's really, I'm okay. It's okay. I have enough to wear every day for an Advent, which I have been doing. I did have them in that kind of box tree that I showed you guys in my last podcast that I got from the craft fair. However, I've taken them out of there because Delaney had picked out an Advent that it was a Demon Slayer Advent, which is her favorite anime, or one of her favorite animes. And it never arrived. So I went ahead and ordered some anime stuff off of just little tchotchkes from Amazon. Needed somewhere to put them so that she could have an Advent, and so I sacrificed my socks. I sacrificed having an Advent for my socks so that she could have an Advent for her stuff, which is, I guess, you know, what parents do, and it's really okay. I didn't, you know, as I mentioned, the socks didn't really fit in those boxes. They're just a little bit too small. So I ended up finding the same type of box on Amazon. Those ones I think are 3x3. I found some 4x4, which fits a pair of socks perfectly. So next year I will have my sock advent, and I'll have this tree that I can use for one of my kids or my husband or something like that. That has the 3x3 boxes. Okay, so I've still got 28 pairs of Christmas socks. It's plenty. And I've been wearing one every day in December. I didn't take pictures this time. Last year it was easy to take pictures of them each day because I was working from home, because we were still all, 100% from home, and I could take a picture as soon as the sun came up enough. Well, now I work 100% in the office, and it's dark outside when I leave for work, and it's often dark outside when I come home from work. So hard to take some nice shots of your feet when it's dark outside. So, and you guys have seen most of them already. You saw them last year, and you saw them when I made them, and so anyway, I mentioned that I had picked up some yarn. I did. I got this was Black Friday stuff. And Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, all that kind of stuff. I picked up this skein from String Theory. I love her stripes. They do a great job, and it's all based on science things. So this colorway is Cinnamic Acid, and I just thought it was really pretty, so I went ahead and bought it. Oh, it came with a little stitch marker. Wonder if that's supposed to represent an acid molecule. What do I know? Anyway, so yeah, that is that. Of course, we know I'm not in sock mode, so it's going to be a while, but I have it for when it's time. I also, when I made my order of the Wool of the Andes, the second order, they had Felici on sale, and so I grabbed 2 skeins of Felici, which I will probably use to make shorty socks, the tabby tug socks that I like for myself. I just liked these 2 colorways. This one is Rustic Cabin, and this one is Vegas Baby. I'm not the biggest fan of Felici, but it is soft, and these are good colors, and so yeah. Okay, and then let's see. Simply Sock Company has been doing these like each Monday. They announce new holiday yarns and kits and whatnot that they're offering. And this was something that I found, I think, on the second Monday after Thanksgiving. It is 3 skeins of this beautiful colorway. This is a Simply Socks yarn, but it's dyed for them by Dream in Color. So you got the beautiful Dream in Color colors. I didn't like them years ago. I just thought they were okay, but I have really fallen in love with Dream in Color in the past year. So this is a colossal sock. It's 150 grams, so it's 525 yards. The colorway is Gettin' Blitzen, and as I said, I have 3 skeins. That is plenty to make some kind of garment for myself. So that is the plan for this. This is it says it's merino, 85-15 merino nylon. I will say it's a little bit rustic feeling, a little scratchy for a merino. It feels more like opal or regia, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm just saying that it is a little bit more rustic. I do have some other Dream in Color. So I got a sweater's quantity of this from Eat Sleep Knit because they have their Black Friday deal where you there's a surprise discount of at least 10% all the way up to 100%, and you get it once you check out. Last year I think I got a 30% off, which was awesome. This year I only got 10, but that's still 10. And I do like Eat Sleep Knit. So I got 7 skeins of this Dream in Color. This is their classy worsted weight. The colorway is Violet Blueberry. I just thought it was such a beautiful blue. Kind of almost a blurple. There's just a tiny hint of purple tint in there that I like. It's like they washed it, they did like an overwash in purple. So yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this, but I have it. And then it's no secret that Mal Rios is probably one of my most favorite worsted weight yarns for sweaters. And I got several skeins of this. This is CN. It is not blue like it's showing up there. It is like a teal. I don't know why this color never comes through in camera, but it's definitely not what I'm seeing. It's definitely a teal. It's beautiful. And I got that. I also picked up 2 skeins of Dream in Color Classy in Prickly Pear. And I got this because I was showing you guys that, that crocheted granny square cardigan. What was it called? Amelia? Something like that. Anyway, and I wasn't sure about the chartreusey yellow that I was going to put in with the colors that I picked out. And so I picked out Prickly Pear instead, which is, of course, this one. So I have some Bear MCN yarn that I've had for years. The Dream in Color Prickly Pear, the Dream in Color in Flower Drum Song, and then Mal Rios in Azul Profundo. And I think that will be a good mix for that crocheted sweater, assuming I become proficient enough in making granny squares to make a sweater that isn't going to look disgusting. That's it. I thought that I had something else, but I guess I didn't. So, that's it, guys. It's going to be kind of a quick one, but as I said, I really just wanted to be able to announce the winner so that could be taken care of, and I probably won't podcast again before the end of the year. At least I don't think I will. Maybe if I get my Advent sweater done. I do have some time off around Christmas for obvious reasons, so maybe I'll be able to finish it, but I'll have to do all of the less fun stuff once I open up the 25th full skein, because then I have to do the ribbing for the cuffs and for the hem and the collar and the button band, and then I have to sew the sleeves in. Oh, that is one thing. This pattern is actually written to be knit in pieces, and then you sew it together. I didn't want to have to deal with a front and a back piece, so actually I guess 2 fronts and a back piece because it's a cardigan. So I went ahead and just combined them all together. So I have less sewing to do. I know that seaming a sweater together really helps with the integrity of the seams and whatnot. It keeps a sweater from weighing itself down. I will still get the advantage of that because I will be seaming the shoulders and seaming the sleeves. The sides, not quite so important. So, yeah. And that's why it looks like some kind of weird scarf right now. So yeah, so once I get the 25th skein, the full skein on the 25th opened, it's going to be still a lot of work, but we'll see if I can get it done. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend and enjoy your family over this holiday. Yeah, God bless you all. Merry Christmas and happy knitting.